Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So people have often asked me, how do I manage to do so many things simultaneously without ever getting tired? How do I manage my time? And with time, I realized that I have certain useful tips which I can share with everyone so that you can manage your time very efficiently as well. First thing that I would like to share with you is about setting goals and then achieving them. If you are setting large goals for yourself, for example, if you are an undergraduate student who is at their first year of study, if your goal at this point is to get the gold medal at the end of the 3 years of undergraduation, that is an excellent goal, no doubt about it, but that is a goal which is very far away in the future, and you will have spent a significant amount of your time pursuing that goal without getting any immediate results. And if in the path some impediments occur, then you might get a little haywire as well. So my first tip to you is set small attainable goals. When you first go towards achieving anything, set up a goal which is small, easy, and publicly displayable. If you remember that episode from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Amy Santiago became the sergeant, Captain Holt gave her this exact tip. Set up a goal which is small, easy, and publicly displayable. Therefore, your goals should be like that. Your goals should be things like, today I will read 100 pages of X or Y book. Today I will write the abstract for that conference. Or tomorrow I am going to exercise for 30 minutes. If you set up small achievable goals, you will have an effect on that immediately. You will see whether you are able to achieve that goal immediately or not. And based on your ability to achieve that, you can then modify your goals in the long run. You have to understand that all things which take time happen one day at a time. They don't happen 3 years together, but they happen one day at a time. And since they do, you also have to take it one day at a time. If you take up too much of responsibility at the same point of time, then you will certainly have some problems and you will feel that there is less time as compared to the amount of work which you have to do, which is in most cases not true. You have enough time to do it. You just are wasting some of your time panicking about what to do instead of doing your work in reality. Therefore, set up small achievable goals. Make a to-do list in your copy, and in that copy make deadlines. For example, by Monday I will finish reading this essay. By Tuesday I will write a literature review for it. On Wednesday I will apply for this X and Y job. On Thursday I will fill up such and such form. If you follow this policy, then your time management skills will become better. The second skill which I would like to share with you is to use your Google Calendar very effectively. In my humble opinion, Google Calendar happens to be one of the best inventions of Google, where you can schedule everything possible. If you remember that episode from Big Bang Theory where Sheldon and Amy were planning on when to consummate their marriage, that was not acceptable according to Amy. Or if you remember that episode from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Amy and Jake were trying to conceive, even Amy Santiago did something similar. I am not suggesting that you go toward that extent, but if you schedule your things accordingly in Google Calendar, you will probably never miss them. Giving an example from my own life, I teach a class 12 student on Wednesdays in the evening. So what I have done is I have set up a recurring weekly reminder on Tuesday evenings, which reminds me that I have to send her the link to the class, since classes are now all online, and another reminder on Wednesday at 6, reminding that I have a class from 6:30. Often what happens is that we forget things that we are supposed to do and we have no one to remind us. I suggest that you use Google Calendars for this purpose. Set up a reminder, even if it's 10 years from today, even if it's 1 year from today, 6 months away from today, no matter. If you are at the final year of your master's degree now and are going to pursue PhD in the future, and you are seeing that the Fulbright PhD scholarship's deadline is near and you cannot apply, but you wish to apply in the next year and you want someone to remind you when the deadline appears next year, just set up a reminder on your Google Calendar. You don't have to be dependent on anyone else. If you do that, your brain will be at ease, not worrying about whether it's going to miss out on things. Often we don't have the time to do things right away. We keep them for the future. There is a popular proverb in Hindi, जो कल करे सो आज कर, जो आज करे सो अब. This proverb is actually not a very practical one in our reality, where we often have things which take priority. Therefore, my suggestion is, if you are remembering to do something right now, which is to be done in the future, set up a reminder for it. That will help you do things on time and be responsible to yourself and to the people to whom you are answerable. On the account of being answerable, let me also tell you that the third tip which I would share with you is that of accountability and deadlines. Oftentimes it happens that we miss deadlines, or we often start doing things very close to the deadline. I have seen tons of Facebook memes on this topic saying that if you have a deadline on 23rd August 2031, I will start working on 22nd August 2031, and in the remaining 10 years I will spend my time doing absolutely everything except that assignment which is due 10 years from now. Why do we do this? Often we feel that we work better under pressure, or that when we have limited time, our brain works better. I'm not saying this is not true. This might be true for some people, but on the other hand, it also creates a lot of panic. If you are working fast, if an amount of work takes 5 hours to be completed and you have just 5 hours to complete it, there is a huge possibility that you will mess it up, because at the back of your head will always run the background music saying that you are running out of time, you are running out of time. So my tip is, when you are finding some spare time to do something, even when it is very far in the future, but you have an opportunity to do it right now, do it right now. What will that do? That will make you accountable to yourself and to others. For instance, I know that there was a call for paper which asked us to send abstracts by the 15th of November 2021, which is very far away in the future, right? But I had some time and I wrote the abstract now and sent it now itself. Why did I do that? I could have saved it for later, saved it in my Google Calendar and done it later. My point is, in this context, if there is something which you can do right now instead of doing in the future, I would suggest you do that now, because that will allow you to save some time in the future where something more important could come up, right? Fourth tip, and this is a very important one, is that you must keep some time in your schedule to waste. This is very important. People often tell me that how do I avoid procrastination? I tell them, you don't. You just keep some time in your schedule for procrastination itself. Why is this important? Because if you work all day without keeping any time aside to do what you love to do, I am not saying that your work is not something you love to do, but almost no one loves working 24/7. So you have to keep some time for Netflix and chill, for reading storybooks, for just lying flat on your bed, staring at the ceiling and wondering what has life come to. If you keep this time aside for you, what will happen is, when this time will come, you will not worry, because this time is already ingrained in your schedule. You will not worry about procrastination either, because again, it is what you had planned from beforehand. And it will also allow you to function better in the hours which you have kept for your effective use. Finally, and most importantly, the fifth topic is the importance of good sleep and a proper sleep schedule. Many people, as I told you at the beginning of my video, ask me, how do I do this? It's by waking up at 7 a.m. every single day for the past 20 years of my life. And I have done this mostly because of habit, but also due to some compulsions, due to morning tuitions during school, due to morning prayers at Ramakrishna Mission when I was in college. And after that, I used to go to Jadavpur to pursue my master's, and it took me 4 hours for up and down travel. So I had to wake up early in the morning to study. So if you sleep for say 7 hours on an average every day, you will be fresh when you wake up in the morning. You will have a lot of energy in you, and I will not suggest anyone to sleep 4 hours one day and 11 hours the next day. That disrupts the way your body functions. If you wake up at 7 a.m. one day and 11 a.m. the next day and continue this disruptive, not so punctual sleep schedule throughout, what will happen is your body will not know when it should expect sleep and when it should expect work. And if it doesn't know that, it will take some time to heat up. Just like a diesel engine, if you don't ignite it every day, it settles down and refuses to ignite. Similarly, your body is like that only. You have to make it accountable for itself and for yourself. You have to sleep well, you have to sleep properly, and if you want to hear my opinion, you have to sleep on time as well. If you do all of this, you will find yourself with a lot of spare time. In addition to doing all your work, you will find a lot of spare time as well, which you can use when and how you want to. And after that, you can then come down and use those spare times to interact with my videos. And you will also find a lot of opportunities open up for you, and the world will become a better place if you manage your time well. So that is it for today. Thank you for watching my video. If you have any questions, queries, doubts or comments, please don't forget to leave them down in the comments. I will be more than happy to engage with you. And I also want some suggestions from you as to what my next videos could be about. So don't forget to leave them down in the comments as well. I will see you in the next time. Hasta la vista.